when I tell y'all, Eddie and a lot of these comedians are coming for Shannon Sharpe. They on your tail, Shannon Sharpe. They on your tail. Girl, child, man, sir. I got a video y'all have to see. Eddie Griffin. Now, y'all know I don't even hear people talking about Eddie Griffin, but Eddie Griffin have a lot to say about Shannon Sharpe, and he's calling him out for being a fraud and a liar about who he's sleeping with. They are saying out here in these streets, and I knew that, and I told y'all that all this stuff, him messing with Michelle and putting that audio out there, acting like he's doing it with a woman named Michelle, that was all for cover-up. Because he just put that out there when everybody knew that him and Hollywood had a thing going on. He's shouting Hollywood out every chance he get on these interviews. And that Sweet and Nice would just come on out with it. Everybody can see. But honey, he didn't want to come on out with it. And then tell me this. He treat women horrible, but he treat the gay men amazing. You know what I'm saying? That let you know. Maybe he's, I don't know, homosexual emotionally, but he treat these women, you know, he want to humiliate these women, choke these women, but he don't treat the men like that. He put the men on a pedestal. They going out, eating ice cream together, cotton candy together, getting on Ferris wheel together, taking trips together, have them on a court side, treating him real good. But he ain't do that to those women, huh? I ain't never seen Shannon Sharpe on a front court side with a woman, or on a Ferris wheel woman, or ice cream with a woman. He treat the men, gay men good, but he treat these women and humiliate them. You know why? Because he hate women. Allegedly, that's what they say. They say they hate women, but they got to use women, you know what I mean, to keep their secret under wrap. But how he treat these women versus how he treat his lovers, allegedly lovers, is different. They say he got a whole new boo thing. That's a cameraman, but he don't walk around with no camera. They both going places with purses and stuff. Girl, it's crazy. Y'all got to watch this video. And they said that Stylist Hollywood, did you know this is what he does? He got another ex-boyfriend that was an NFL player. And they asked that NFL player, are you a homosexual? The NFL said he know he's straight as hell. Girl, why Hollywood leaked the photos of him and that man all hugged up and booed up together. Audio and video, okay? And he's still talking about he's straight. Girl, I tell you. Watch this video, y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. Look at this shit. Look at it.
Yeah, Shay. Gay. That gay, nigga. Sitting there with them tight ass pants on, with his balls and all up cat's face.
Some of y'all know me as D-Print. And y'all see what's going on with Shannon. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. He does like to choke. I know all about it.
As you can see in the background, that is Shannon Sharpe with Hollywood, aka D-Print. On vacation, celebrating together as a couple.
When Unc said he want to date younger men, they killed me.
Here's the bottom stop of the day. Took the wines. The line started over there.
The tea on Shannon Sharpe just keeps getting messier by the day, and now Eddie Griffin is throwing some more gas on the fire with claims that Shannon is on the DL. Allegedly, this whole drama with that OnlyFans model, Gabriella Zuninga, who's suing Shannon, is part of Shannon's desperate attempt to shut down the rumors about his true preferences. But that's not all. Fans are now saying Shannon may have accidentally exposed himself when he leaked those messy text messages from Gabriella. And one text in particular had everybody's jaws on the floor because Gabriella claimed Shannon wanted her to play with her tongue in his. And ever since that dropped, the internet has been in full meltdown mode, with people questioning if Gabriella is just a cover and if there's way more to Shannon's personal life than he's letting on. But here's the thing, it's not just Eddie Griffin being messy or throwing shade at Shannon. These rumors about Shannon's sexuality have actually been swirling for years, and one of the biggest scandals involved his former male stylist who went by the nickname D-Print in Hollywood. According to the streets, Hollywood and Shannon were caught together on what looked like a romantic vacation, and after the stories about their rumored affair started circulating, Shannon ended up firing Hollywood. But by then, the damage was already done, and big gossip blogs like Tasha K kept that rumor mill turning.
I got the best stylist in the world, not the United States, the entire world. Of 8 billion people, I got number one. And can't nobody stop us. Sharpe and Hollywood, a dynamic duo that can't be stopped. Run tail down.
Now, here's the thing. Look, Jasmine, when have you ever seen people go this hard for a personal stylist? Now, you got people that cut your hair. Shannon got people that cut his hair. Okay? He got people that work him out in the gym. He got physical therapists because, he got tight hips and stuff. There's a lot of people that help get him together, producers of his show. Why would he make a video to Hollywood and say that out of 8 billion people in the world, him and Hollywood are going to take the world by storm?
Meanwhile, more people in the industry started chiming in, including Eddie Griffin, Shaq, and Mike Epps. And they've all been hinting that Shannon's lifestyle might not be as straight-laced as he presents on TV. So what exactly did Eddie reveal about Shannon allegedly being on the DL? Is this whole mess with the lawsuit just part of the cover-up? And if so, what else has Shannon been hiding all these years? Let's break it all down.
Tell how that drink game. Keep on saying it. Now, cat.
Just when Shannon Sharpe thought all the gossip about his personal life couldn't get any more of a mess, here comes this whole new drama with that OnlyFans model, Gabriella Zuniga, who's suing him for rape and asking for $50 million in damages. Now, when the lawsuit first hit the news, Gabriella was only known as Jane Doe, until Shannon decided to reveal her identity in an attempt to prove their relationship was consensual. But that wasn't the only thing Shannon spilled. He also shared some wild text messages from Gabriella that suggest Shannon was into some wild stuff in the bedroom, including race play. So Gabriella, who was just 19 when 54-year-old Shannon started paying for her services, was telling him things like, "I want you to put a big black baby in me." And the fact that she felt comfortable sending Shannon texts like this suggests he was encouraging her to speak to him in that way and play into those racial dynamics. Now, that's already weird enough, but it doesn't stop there. Gabriella's messages also exposed some very specific requests from Shannon, like asking her to play with his, if you get the picture. Now, Shannon thought these messages would prove that Gabriella consented to whatever freaky dynamic they had going on. However, all these texts did was reignite all those old rumors about Shannon being on the DL. And now some clips of Eddie Griffin have resurfaced where he made some bold claims during one of his stand-up shows, saying straight up that Shannon is a closeted gay man.
And Club Shay Shay. Yeah, Shay Shay. Gay. That gay. That sitting there with them tiny pants on, with his balls and dick all up the cat's face. You can tell how that drink nigga gay. Keep on saying, now, cat. That's
Now, when Eddie's comments first went viral last year, Shannon actually addressed them on his Nightcap podcast. And while he didn't technically deny the allegations, he did accuse Eddie and other comedians of using stale jokes to get clout from Shannon's name.
What they're doing now is that they found out that Shannon is the hot thing. They're using the same joke. It's going to get old and people going to get tired of y'all saying that Shannon gay and Shannon this. You're going to have to get back to telling jokes. Now, please tell me you're not running out of jokes. Please tell me you're not going to use Shannon as your punchline for the next 3, 4, 5 years. You're going to have to start telling jokes. Please tell me you got jokes.
But here's the thing. These DL rumors about Shannon didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They've been swirling around for years. But things really hit a boiling point in 2023 when reports came out about Shannon allegedly having an affair with his former stylist, Russell Simpson, who went by D-Print and now calls himself Hollywood Muggler. The streets started talking because Shannon and D-Print's relationship didn't seem all business, and with D-Print's past connections to other athletes rumored to be on the DL, people couldn't help but raise an eyebrow. So in 2023, Shannon and D-Print were spotted all over LA, from courtside basketball games to what some say looked like a romantic getaway. D-Print, aka Hollywood, would also post photos of Shannon on his IG, often showing them together backstage, and Hollywood praising Shannon for being the best to ever do it. Shannon also used to shout out Hollywood on his show, and it was very clear they were very close.
Let them have it. Some more. Some people say, nah, I want to hold on to it because I see what y'all doing. I'm going to do it myself now.
You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah. So more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah, you hear that, Hollywood?
Yeah.
We going about it all wrong.
And then Media Takeout added even more fuel to these rumors when they published a report on Shannon and Hollywood's relationship, pointing out that Hollywood is the same age who made waves years ago when he claimed he hooked up with NFL star Kerry Rhodes. And while Kerry denied being on the DL, it didn't take long before receipts surfaced showing Kerry and Hollywood getting really cozy on a romantic vacation. And then Hollywood himself confirmed they were indeed a couple, telling Baller Alert, they said, well, maybe he loved him like a little brother. Listen, if he loved me like a little brother, he effed me like a wife. And this is the same man who went on to work as Shannon Sharpe's stylist. Now, of course, this alone doesn't prove that Shannon is gay. However, the rumors kept getting louder, to the point where Shannon was so desperate to shut down that conversation that he actually fired Hollywood in August 2023. And the timing was interesting because this was right when the rumors about Shannon's sexuality started making rounds once again. Now, Shannon tried to brush it off, claiming Hollywood was never officially his stylist, just a temp helping out for a bit. But honestly, the way he denied it all had people wondering if he was protesting a little too hard.
What? He was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelley. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside.
Right.
I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LB jackets, all that stuff that I already had. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together.
And as much as Shannon tried to distance himself from these DL rumors, different people in the industry kept hinting that Shannon bats for the other team. One of the people who added fuel to the fire was comedian and actor Mike Epps. During one of his stand-up shows last year, Mike claimed Shannon reached out to him for an interview on Club Shay Shay. However, Mike said he had to turn it down because he didn't want Shannon looking across at his private parts.
Shannon Sharpe called me trying to do an interview. I said, no, my dear, I ain't doing no interview. So you can sit across from me and look at my balls. I'm sitting down, nigga. I thought he was going to attack Cat. It's called Shay Shay. The nigga telling you. Put a wig on and tell me if that ain't mother your sister. They exposing every mother body.
Meanwhile, fans were dissecting Shannon's every move and gestures and clowning him off of viral moments, like that video of him getting out of the car in a tight tracksuit and wearing an orange purse.
Here's the final stop of the day. Go to Wines, to the line, started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night. We don't do excuses here. We just get the job done. Because this one we signed up for.
Ooh. I'm with Buddha Hip Hots. You know how we do. Back in Happy Tasting Tuesdays. As you know, it's your host with the most. You know, it's Big Shay, not the little ones. Also, you see the drip, green on green, the neon, the Ninja Turtle, orange. Can't forget about the bag. Got a little off-whites. Shout out to my go-getters out there. Shout out to my playmakers out there. We always gonna put on for the naysayers and the haters out there. You know, that's just what we do. That's just what we do.
And then recently, Shannon had to address the DL rumors once again during his appearance on Cam Newton's podcast. He claimed these rumors always seem to surface whenever he's leveling up, and he suggested that someone might be trying to sabotage him after he started gaining momentum with his viral Cat Williams interview.
When Cat dropped,
Right.
it's like, all of a sudden, he gay now.
Yeah. So when you do see, Unc Zesty, or, stepping outside of, I don't know now, and we don't never see him post no woman. He just got all these damn dogs. Red flag. From the horse's mouth himself, it's like,
How do you respond?
I'm in a no-win situation because if I respond, they say hit dog holler.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't respond, they say, well, if it wasn't true, he would say something. So if I respond, I'm a hit dog. If I don't respond, he's hiding something. So how do I win? I win. Hey, they're gonna say that's the thing that I didn't realize that when I really got into this. There's this celebrity, this kind of fame here, Cam, is on a different level. I mean, I was a damn good football player. I won Super Bowls. I'm in the Hall of Fame. But this is 20 times the magnification of what I was as an athlete.
So my question is it because of the power of social media, or is it the evolution of you?
It's a combination of both. And that's why I don't let people play with my name. Everybody knows there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's not. I'm just not gay. And most straight men don't let you play with their name like that.
Especially not in our culture.
No. But see, also, in our culture, if I want to try to emasculate you or try, what do I say? I say he's gay.
Mm.
Because no matter what you think, that's still, in our culture, that's still kind of frowned upon.
Mm.
And people, they'll say all these things, well, it's okay. And I don't have a problem with it. I have people that work for me that's their life. That's their life. That's not my life. I don't judge what you do in your home, what you go to bed with, who you wake up as. That ain't got nothing to do with Shannon Sharpe.
Right.
That ain't my bed. For me, is that was the hardest thing, because it was almost like they were trying to convince me that I was something that I'm not.
Yeah.
But I kept repeating it.
And then Dr. Umar Johnson weighed in on the drama, and he suggested that Shannon leaked that audio with Michelle last year to try and shut down the DL rumors. In case you missed it, back in September, Shannon accidentally went live on Instagram while getting busy with a woman named Michelle. And while neither Shannon nor Michelle appeared on camera, the sounds were pretty hard to ignore. Now, Shannon deleted that live quick. However, the damage was already done, and fans went wild with the reactions.
So am I the only one that want to know where the Shannon Sharpe audio went all of a sudden, including the videos? I tried to go back and show somebody and it was gone. Scrubbed from the internet, snatched up, swallowed.
But Shannon wasn't about to let it slide without a response, and he quickly jumped online, claiming on his IG story his account had been hacked and that all the drama was just someone messing with his page. However, Shannon quickly deleted that story right after posting it, and let's be honest, no one was buying that excuse anyway. So eventually, Shannon decided to come clean and spill the tea on what really happened. On his podcast, Nightcap, he admitted the whole Instagram Live incident was just a messy accident. He claimed he went live by mistake after tossing his phone onto the bed, right before getting into what was supposed to be a private moment. But as we all know, things went public, and Shannon said he was deeply embarrassed and disappointed in himself. But see, from his body language on the podcast, he didn't look all that embarrassed or disappointed.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon, Shay Shay Media, Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times. And I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities. But to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down. My kids, I reached out to them. I called my sister. My friends reached out.
But Shannon wasn't done yet. He also shut down those viral rumors that the whole thing was a stunt, and he strongly denied that he went live on purpose.
But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, gazed in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works.
However, fans weren't having it. A lot of people still couldn't buy his story, because how exactly do you accidentally go live on Instagram? You have to take several steps to go live, so Shannon's explanations just didn't make any sense. But Shannon just kept digging himself deeper, and he also claimed that his assistant Jordan was the one who ended the live stream.
Jordan being the good Samaritan, the good soldier that he is, Jordan the one that cut it off. Because hell, I didn't even know it was on. Jordan cut it off. Jordan put the message up. And then after I called my agent, the agency, I called ESPN after I was like, I just got this good, tell them the truth. I said, I just got to tell them the truth. My phone wasn't hacked. It wasn't a prank. It was me being a healthy, active male. I mean, y'all thought I was bull jiving. Hey, I'll get it in. Real talk.
But hold up, if Jordan was the one who could shut it off, why couldn't he have started it? Something just wasn't adding up. Well, it didn't take long before people started wondering if Shannon actually staged the whole thing to shut down those long-running rumors about him being on the DL. And that's when Dr. Umar stepped in and said the accidental Instagram Live was just too perfect. Almost like Shannon was trying to take control of the narrative. Dr. Umar suggested Shannon probably thought if he showed the whole world he was out here with women, it would silence the gossip once and for all.
I think Shannon or the woman he was with, and I pray it wasn't a snow bunny, but I think Shannon or the woman he was with orchestrated that. Because I do Instagram Live on the regular, right? First of all, you got to open up the app. After you open up the app, you got to slide over to live. After you slide over to live, you got to hit the live. So you can, it's very difficult. I'm not going to say impossible. It's very difficult to go live accidentally. If Shannon Sharpe claims it was an accident, I'm not going to call my brother a liar. Even though he's a bunny hopper, I still respect him as a black man. I'm not going to call him a liar, but I can see how he has benefited from this episode. He was being accused of being a part of the Rainbow Army. This may have helped dispel those allegations. In addition to that, someone said he was just offered $100,000 from an adult film company to produce an adult film, or at least license the audio that he had, or whatever the case may be. It brought him a whole lot more followers and listeners, although he was already one of the top podcasts and doing well for himself. But this really did bring a lot of attention to Shannon Sharpe. It really, really did. And I can see why Mason, Cameron, and others might feel like Shannon Sharpe intentionally did this, because there was a lot to gain, especially clearing himself of the rumors that he was homosexual. Absolutely. Because even when he talked to Ocho Cinco afterwards, he wasn't very remorseful. He apologized, but he celebrated in that apology. You know, he said, I was getting down, you know what I mean? And I get down and, you know, I popped my Viagra, I had my condoms. Like, he was bragging about the encounter. It's kind of hard for me to believe you're sorry this happened if you're bragging to your brother about the encounter. So again, I'm not going to call Shannon a liar, but I can clearly see how he has benefited from that ordeal.
However, now that Shannon's facing a lawsuit from that OnlyFans model who claims Shannon asked her to play with his back door, fans are once again raising their eyebrows and speculating about Shannon's preferences. A lot of people are starting to wonder if Shannon's doing too much to convince the world, and maybe even himself, that he's into women. From that whole drama with his stylist, to the messy Instagram Live incident, and now these disturbing new allegations, it's like Shannon's always getting caught in some weird situations. And fans are questioning if his attempts to shut down the rumors are just making them worse. But let's hear your take on all this. Do you think Shannon might be overcompensating and trying too hard to prove something? Is there more to this story about the OnlyFans model and the lawsuit that we're not seeing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't miss out on this next video.